Okay, I'm going to do an example of the one of these for you that's on your worksheet. So you're going to do this worksheet, but I'm going to do an example for you before you do it yourself. Okay. Remember, you're going to be getting word descriptions, and you got to take those word descriptions and turn them into your genotypes. So we've got a heterozygous tall plant. Remember, hetero is different and tall is your phenotype. So one of them is going to be a capital T and a little t. So I'm just going to write that down so I don't get confused. And we're going to cross it with a homozygous tall plant. So that's going to have two of the same letters, okay, homo, and then it's going to be tall, so they're both going to be capital T's. Now, I'm going to write down one of my parents, and in this case it doesn't matter because it's not specified, but I usually just start out at the top, capital T, and then a small t. That's this parent right here. And then this one, I'm just going to go ahead and write over here. And this is homozygous tall, so capital T, capital T. Alright, now what I do is I just always start here, and whatever's here, I'm just going to put down both of them into both those boxes, and then I go to this box, and I'm going to put whatever's here into this box. Okay, I'm going to come over to this side, and whatever's on this side, I'm going to put in both of these boxes, and whatever is here, I'm just going to write in these boxes. Now, it's common to write like capital T, little t, as opposed to little t, capital T. But now sometimes when you see me do these, and I'm just filling out my box, I might write it to where my little t is first and my capital T is second, and then I'll change it whenever I come over here and figure out my genotypes or phenotypes. So yes, it's common to write it this way, but sometimes when you're doing your square, you end up writing the little one first or the big one second. It's not a big deal. You just fix it whenever you come over here. So the first thing we're going to do is look at genotypes. So we're going to look at the letters. So first one, we've got three different things. We could have homozygous tall. You know, that would be a TT, capital T, capital T. And I'm running over in here into my number section. We could have a heterozygous tall, and that would be a capital T and a little t. Or we could have a homozygous short, and that would be a little t, little t. So that's, you know, what goes in your genotypes, the actual letters. Now, under number, so I've kind of gone into that column a little bit. I apologize, but I've got 1, 2 that are homozygous dominant or homozygous tall. So I've got 2 out of 4. And I've got 2 of them that are heterozygous tall. And that's 2 out of 4. I have 0 genotypes that are short. So my percentage, 2 out of 4 is 50%, and 2 out of 4 here is 50%. Over here in the phenotypes, I've just got 2 choices. I could have tall, or I could have short. So the number, I'm going to have 4 of them that are tall, which is 100%, and I'm going to have 0 that are short, 0%. So I'm going to have you do this worksheet. Tomorrow you're going to have these questions. You're going to have a quiz about this. But let me just make sure you understand a few things before you do this worksheet. So let's go down here to this on the next page, and it talks about some different characteristics. So I just don't want you to get confused. In the following problems, you're looking at genotypes and phenotypes from aliens on an imaginary planet. Okay, so yellow is dominant over pink. Okay, so yellow is dominant. So yellow is going to be your capital Y. Now, it does not matter if you use the letter Y or the letter X, the letter A, B, C. It really does not matter. But it just is helpful to call whatever your dominant one is to give it that letter. Okay, dominant is yellow. And then if we have a small letter, that is your recessive. And you get two of these, your phenotype would be pink. So if we say we've got a heterozygous yellow-eyed alien, that would be a capital Y with a little y, a capital Y with a little y, and we'd cross it with a pink-eyed, that would be two little y's. Okay, so over here I'd say capital Y, little y, and I'm going to cross it with two little y's. And then you're going to do the same thing in this activity.